guys, it's your girl Angela. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Angela and I make videos on law school, lawyer life, and all things in between. Today's video is for my new lawyers, my baby lawyers, my young lawyers. We're going to be talking about productivity. So it's the start of a brand new year and we're well into January now, and so around this time is when our New Year's goals start to become a little bit harder to achieve. You know, that first week, you're like, yeah, I got this. That second week, you're like, yeah, I think I still got this. And then that third week, you're like, okay, this is kind of hard. So I'm going to be giving you guys my productivity tips for young lawyers. And for my law students watching this is good to know for later. And some of these you can start implementing now while you're in law school. Let's go. First tip is to get organized and stay organized. You guys, this is huge for me. I have such an issue in several particular areas staying organized. The first area is your mailbox. If you are working as a lawyer, or when you are working as a lawyer, you will get hundreds of emails a day sometimes. It gets so hard to keep up with everything. The best way to organize your emails is to create subfolders, folders, to organize all your matters, cases, admin stuff, everything, so you know where everything is and your email inbox does not get bogged down. You guys, this is a huge one for me. It's something I'm still working on. If you were to look at my email mailbox right now, you'd be like, girl, how are you giving this advice? But this is one of those instances where it's don't do as I do, but do as I say type thing. And it is something that I'm working on clearing out, but I let it pile up so long that it's taken me a while to get through all my emails. The next is to have physical file folders for your different matters or cases, depending on whether you're a litigation attorney or transactional attorney. But we print out things so much in our profession, and papers can just be everywhere. Like, you ever walk into somebody's office and there's just paper everywhere? You can barely see the desk, sometimes even the floor, because there's just piles of paper and folders and binders. That's just not good. So having a separate folder or binder for each matter or case you're working on so you can kind of stash all the loose paper is key. The next thing is your office or desk space. Sometimes things can get crazy, especially when we're working so much. You can just leave things everywhere. I know for me specifically, because I work from home majority of the time, I have water bottles. You know, I'll drink a water bottle and leave it, drink another water bottle and leave it, eat lunch at my desk and my plate's on there, and it's a mess. And that is no way to work. The best way to work is with a clean and functional space. So make sure your office space is clean, clear, and functional. The next tip is huge, and I do practice what I preach here, and this is to implement a daily to-do list. Every single day, or sometimes the night before my next day, if I'm really, really busy and my brain can't turn off, I will create a to-do list for everything that I'm aiming to get done that day. This allows me to really start off the day with a plan and really stay organized and really get things done. Sometimes I know there are those days where you kind of just wake up and do whatever's coming to you. Emails are flying, calls are coming in, meetings are happening. But if you have an actual to-do list that you can follow, you will be much more efficient and you will complete things. And I don't know about you guys, but one of my favorite things is checking things off my to-do list. The next tip is to calendar important dates. Now, this goes for important dates as it relates to work, but also as it relates to your personal life. And try to have them on one calendar. Now, if this is all on your work calendar, it's understandable that you don't want everybody at work knowing what you're doing or what doctor's appointment you have or happy hour, whatever you have calendared on your schedule. But you can make it private. If you use Microsoft Outlook for your work email, which most people do, you can make sure the calendar appointment is private. That way, if someone were to click on your schedule, they wouldn't be able to see exactly what you have blocked off. They would just know that that time was blocked off. This is key. You guys, I can't tell you how many times I've double booked myself because I've had personal things on my personal calendar and then nothing on my work calendar for that time period. So I think I'm free when I'm really not. So I've worked on syncing my calendar so that everything is on one calendar. So I no longer overbook and things have been a lot much better and smoother. Okay, so the next tip is during downtime, utilize that time to do continuing education courses or learn more about your practice area. Now, this one is specifically for my young lawyers because as a new lawyer, you just tend to be less busy because you're still trying to get worked into your job. And so there's times where you're gonna have a lot of downtime. Use that time wisely to keep learning and developing your skills. So for example, as a corporate attorney, I would look at old red lines that partners have sent me with my changes to really make sure I understood why those changes were made. I would look at form agreements to try to understand and familiarize myself with certain agreements that I would typically be expected to draft, and do anything like that that's just going to help sharpen my skills and my knowledge for my new practice area. Once you get into the swing of things, you won't have as much time to kind of just do things like that. So use your downtime wisely. Okay, this next tip is huge, and it's one I learned a little bit later in my career, but block out time to actually get work done. You guys, we get emails, calls, meeting requests all day, every day. If you are doing a task, such as for a corporate attorney like myself, drafting a contract, or a litigator, writing a brief, these types of tasks take hours of uninterrupted time. So if you are reading every email and taking every call, it's going to take you forever to get that thing done. Okay, so if you block out time to give yourself uninterrupted time to work on a task, it will be a lot more efficient and productive for you. The next tip is learn the art of delegation and utilize resources within your organization. You guys, I can't say this enough. There's some things that you should be able to hand off to the people there that are there to support you. So whether that be your legal assistant, whether that be, office or IT support, anything like that, you should learn to delegate that so you can focus on more substantive tasks. This will be a huge game changer and time saver for you. For example, say you're working on a document and the formatting is really iffy, and you have either a legal secretary or you have an office support center that does things like that, that takes on requests like that. Instead of taking, the 45 minutes or an hour to do it yourself, pass that on to the people who are there to support you and focus on the next substantive task that you have to do. This is key. Okay, this next one, I probably said it in every lawyer advice video that I have, and I still struggle with this, but I'm going to tell you guys anyway. Do your time every day. If you work for a law firm or for a place that has you track your time, track it every day, enter it every day. Do not wait till the end of the week. Do not wait till the end of the month. You will be mad at yourself later. I have found myself in this position too many times, and I'm not proud of it. And I'm a firm believer that every time that I stay on top of my time, I'm much happier and I spend less time tracking my time or trying to catch up on tracking my time later. So do your time every day if you are in an environment that requires you to track your time. The next tip is to limit social media. You guys, I know this is a hard one, and this is probably part of the reason why you guys see me sparingly on Instagram. Like, I'll pop up on Instagram and be in the stories for one day, and then I won't be in the stories again for another week, and y'all probably be like, she's so not consistent. I'm working. That's why I'm not so consistent on Instagram. Instagram and TikTok, thank God I'm not obsessed with TikTok like a lot of people. I'd be scared if I was, because it would just take up so much time. But anyways, those social media platforms are such time consumers. And for me, I'd rather get my work done and then be able to do that stuff later, rather than get distracted, be on Instagram for 30 minutes, and then now it's pushed my work day back 30 minutes and I'm working later into the night to get my work done that I planned for the day. So try and limit social media or anything that's going to distract you from staying on task. Okay, so the next tip is to explore productivity apps. You guys, there are so many apps out there that are developed specifically for you to be more productive, for you to be more efficient, for you to get things done. One of my friends actually recommended Todoist. It's an app where it's like a to-do list. You guys already know I love my to-do list, so that's one of the apps that I've used. There's so many others, but check them out. Go on the App Store for your phone and just type in productivity. Hundreds will show up. You guys, look into those because those really are helpful. My last tip is to take time breaks. Now, earlier I just said, don't be on Instagram just scrolling because it will push your day back. But if you're one of those people where you just have to check in and see what's going on, give yourself time to do that, but time it, okay? Limit it so that you get back to work. So for example, maybe you need to take 20-minute breaks every 3 hours or so, or 20-minute breaks every 2 hours. Set a timer when that break starts and get your Instagram scrolling on, go get a banana, go do whatever it is that you need to do in that break. And then once that timer goes off, get back to work. I found that time breaks really work for me. I get really motivated to earn my next break. And then once my alarm goes off, I'm like, okay, this is it. That's the bell. The bell has rung. And then I get back to work. So that's something you guys should try. Okay, so that is all the tips I have for you guys today. If anybody has any more suggestions, something that I didn't cover that I missed, or something that you can supplement, please let us know in the comments down below. People do read the comments, so we would appreciate your suggestions. Also in the comments, let me know what videos you want to see next. And with that, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like this video, and make sure your post notification bell is on so you get notified every single time I upload. I will see you in the next one, guys. Peace.